So I'm just gonna film a typical little Sunday before we have to leave today. It's an hour and a half where I work at, and we just stay at my in-laws for a night or two. We're both working Monday and Tuesday. Anyhow, so I want to do a few things today, just random stuff. So I already I cut the edges of the driveway with my Ford and the back blade because the grass was encroaching on the sides there. Scraped it off and brought some of the gravel that was sitting in all the leaves and the grass and brought it to the middle. And now I'm going to try to use my landscape rake and just feather this out and see how it works on the driveway. I've never tried it on the driveway, and I don't use that implement very much. There's a tree growing out of it right now that looks to be pretty big, so that's how often I use it. It's been probably 2-3 years at least. So I actually got to take my Kubota here, wrap a strap around it, and get it up out of that tree because I can't move it right now. I got this popple tree growing right through this thing. You can see how tall it is. It's got to be at least 2 years old. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap a strap around it. I keep these 6-foot straps on all my tractors, and I use them just for a million different things. So I always have one on the tractor. Hooking on a fork there, on a tine. Lift this thing up. Use that. So it's bug season in Wisconsin, which means it's summer. It's summer. So first is the black flies, mosquitoes, horse flies, and deer flies are coming out. And then it's a trifecta with those for a while. And then they die off hopefully mid-July. Pull the gravel that came off the sides and is loose, and just kind of pull it to the middle of the driveway. Kind of keep that crown and fill in the grooves that the tires make. So I'm actually pretty impressed. I've never used the landscape rake on the driveway before, but it evens out the material really nice. And the big chunks of rock and stuff, the tines just let them pass through, not like a back blade where then you're carrying it down the driveway, and it's usually gouging into the driveway. Pretty nice. It looks nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do now is go back down. I'm going to keep the blade straight and not angled at all, either way, and then just hit this middle and spread that out evenly all the way down. I like to use the Ford, actually, even though I have the brand new cab tractor. I like to use the Ford because you can see really well, and it's got the hand crank right there that you can get at to adjust the blade angle. Because I do have rear hydraulics on the cab tractor, but I don't have them hooked up for my back blade or anything, or even this landscape rake isn't equipped for that. Ford's fun to use and does a good job because it doesn't take a ton of power to clean up this. Another pass with this blade straight, the landscape rake straight and flat. Well, I wish I would have showed you a before picture. The before picture, even before I took the back blade and scraped the sides, but I think this turned out really well. Looks a lot better than it did. So anyway, we'll do our next project before we leave. So what I want to do is cut down a basswood tree, and I don't have one down already because I want to mill up. Basswood are kind of, I want to say garbage, but I can't use them for lumber or anything. It's not very strong. But what I am going to use it for is blocking to, when I do mill up my lumber, to get it up off the ground and stack it and dry it for stickers and the initial blocks, like 4x4s. I'll probably put 3 or 4 down depending on how much the length of the lumber I'm milling. 12, 14 feet, I'll probably put down 4x4s to raise it up off the ground and level it. So I milled up all these 1x's for inside, and I have to dry those out in future wood too. So I want to get this basswood. I have one in mind. It's in my food plot in the back, and I want to get it now because it's supposed to rain. We're in a drought, and I've been tuning up my trails, but it might rain today. So I want to get out there and scrape this trail down, break it up, loosen up the soil, and then put some seed down. But I don't want to have to go back on it for, a month or so. So I want to get this basswood out now, pull it out of the woods, and then after I get that done, I'm going to hook up my new tractor with the disc and disc that trail quick. Might have to hook up the Ford with my little drag to break up the soil a little bit more, and then throw seed down. I don't know if I'm going to get all this done, but next we're going to cut this tree down. Unfortunately, I wanted to mill this weekend, but my clutch on my new mill broke already after 18 hours. So I'm out of commission with that right now. So I'm kind of always dictated by if shit breaks or the weather. So right now, we're dictated by both. So I can't mill, even though I need to get this wood milled for the house project and start drying my window wood, my window box wood that I got to mill. But because it's a drought, I've been screwing around with these trails because in the 7 years since we've had the land, it's only been dry 2 years. There was one other year and this year. So I'm tuning up these trails, getting dirt on these wet spots so I can have this trail that loops all the way around my back part of my woods. And then I can, get tractors and equipment and my bike through there. And it'll be a continuous trail instead of now I can't really get in there because it's so wet. It's just like a little swamp areas. So I'm bringing dirt over there. I hadn't shown that, but I was loading up my dump trailer and dumping dirt, and then back blading it with my bucket on my Kubota. But anyway, I'm rambling. So I'm going to get the Kubota and get back here and cut this basswood down. Back food plot. This is the area that I tuned up this trail because it all got washed out in the spring, and I had to shape it. It took me like a day to do this, and I hopefully got it crowned right. Brought some more dirt in for the low areas, but now I got to plant it. Otherwise, it's never really going to grow. So it's all mashed down for me driving back and forth over the last couple weeks. So I'm gonna have to come in here with the disc this up, break it up, probably drag it to break up the clumps, and then I can throw seed down because it's supposed to rain. There's no reason to plant it if it's not gonna rain, but this is our best chance we've had in like a month, so I gotta plant it all the way to the top of this hill, get all this growing, get some roots in the ground so it doesn't wash out again. But I did ditch it on both sides, so we'll see if it works. It's not like I'm a trail builder, so it's kind of my first had at this, or my first go at it. We'll see if it works next year, if it doesn't wash out again. With the help of my guys, actually they did most of it. I've been cutting wood, having them come help me, my employees, and just helping around here, and it's easy for them to split wood while I can do other things then. So we got quite a bit of wood split this year, more than we had last year, so I'd say about a year and a half or so worth. So that's been good. Also last week they came and helped me plant 21 trees, different fruit trees and hybrid oak trees for the deer. We got those planted, and unfortunately it's a drought, so I've had to water those every couple of days. This is one area where I'm pulling dirt out of to fix my trails up. Pulling it out of there, filling the dump trailer, bringing it to the wet spots and dumping it. Coming up on my back food plot though, and that's where this basswood is. This is my back food plot, my largest one, and I didn't plant anything this summer, but this is winter rye from last winter that's coming up. But here's the basswood. It's not doing really well anyway, but it's nice and straight, pretty tall tree, and this will create a lot of that cribbing, if you will, wood that I need for my drying out my lumber, and a bunch of stickers, the boards you put in between the layers of wood to dry it. But anyway, I gotta get the lean on this thing. Looks like it's heading to the left a bit, and then I'll walk over here 90 degrees for that. Looks like it wants to go right into that yellow birch. So I might have to do some wedgings, and it looks like it's going left here. So I should be able to drop it there fairly easily. And I got some dogwood I planted, so maybe I'll brush it right through this yellow birch and knock down some of these branches in the process, which would be good, because that's creating shade in this food plot too, which I don't really need. So might be a twofer. So we'll try to drop this thing right over here. The top will be in the woods. I can cut the top off, and then I don't even have to use the grapple on the tractor to clean up. I'll just buck up the logs the length that I want, and grapple them out of here. Well, I'm confident that it'll drop where I want it to, but I'm keeping the tractor out of the way because I'm not stupid. It deserved a rock kick. Right where I wanted it. I didn't break any branches though. Anyway, dropped right there. Missed the pink ribbon there where there's dogwood I planted. Good to go. Well, all right, my back cut wasn't perfect. Should have been up an inch. I was level, so I screwed that up. But in the end, it dropped where I wanted it to. I'd get all three of those logs, but the tree's too big. Get the other load. Might as well break that dirt up with these tines, so the next time I dig in there I can grab big scoops really easy, since I'm here and I have the attachment. Otherwise, when you put the bucket in there and try to grab that, it's hard to dig in there. This will loosen it up really easy. Now we'll grab this new tractor. Well, it's used, but new to me. It's a Massey Ferguson 1648. It's a 48 horsepower shuttle shift transmission tractor. It's got 3 ranges and 4 gears. So 12 forward and 12 reverse. And it's got air conditioning and heat. And radio CD player. And I just started and already can feel the cool air coming in. And there's no bugs. But anyway, we'll go drop off this hitch and go pick up the disc and disc this trail real quick. take that back. I think plans change. We got to load this wood up that I milled and get it stacked so that when it dries, it doesn't warp at all. And my wife's going to help me with that. Sounds like she wants to do that now. So we're going to grab the Ford, back to the Ford tractor. That's why you have 3 tractors. Hook up my other trailer, load it with wood, and then go stack it. All right, I got this other trailer on. We got to stack this wood and the wood that's hanging up over there. I milled that like 3 weeks ago, and because I didn't stack it, it's warped a little bit. So we're gonna put that underneath this stuff, and the weight hopefully will straighten it out. Like 4 passes, 4 going up, 4 going down. We got it broken up. Now I probably have to go back to the Ford tractor with my drag, break up the clumps, and then I can spread the seed. And now it's got to be after 2 o'clock. I started sometime before 10 or something. So we'll try to get this done before I have to drive back. All right, now we got the Ford hooked up with my drag, and we'll drag this, break up the rest of the clumps. That broken up, so now I gotta seed it. I'm not filming that. It's me walking around spreading seed. So we got a bunch done, and it's before 3. So normal little day, but that's usually why I don't film everything, because it takes so long, and I just want to get it done. We have way too many projects. So even when things are broken down and I don't get to do the things I want to do, there's still a ton of other projects that take its place. So Anyway, till next time.